Okay, guys, I can see everything going downhill again, where all we're talking is about that fucking subject during my viral video. I know, Edward. Hey, I appreciate you saying you're not trying to be offensive. The problem is, a lot of the people who do talk about that subject are very toxic. And so I was like amping myself up to get ready to deal with a toxic person, because a lot of the time, the people who want to discuss that are people who belong in possibly three communities that I want absolutely nothing to do with. The RP, they have the initials RP or BP or IC, and I want nothing to do with those mindsets. Because you can't just force things to happen. You have to go with the flow of things. Don't expect an outcome, because the reason why so many people get upset, not just about dating or rejection or anything like that, the whole reason why so many people get upset is because because a lot of people are so used to instant gratification. And when they realize that, talking to human beings and wanting something from them, it creates this energy field of negativity. And a lot of the time, this can be like, perfect example is like, if you're meeting a celebrity and you feel a lot of pressure meeting a famous person, it's just like that. It's like, one of the greatest quotes I ever heard was, if you treat a person like a celebrity, they will treat you like a fan. Because sometimes you feel all this pressure, like, oh, if I talk to this person, if I see someone out in the wild and I get to talk to them, oh, maybe this person can help me with my own career, with whatever I'm doing, if it's a similar field or something. If you meet like a famous comedian or a famous musician or something along those lines, it's just, they can feel that needy energy that you are expecting an outcome. And you're doing, and that nervous energy is because you want their contact information, because you think that being in contact with said famous person will finally get you in the field that you want to be in. And then if it doesn't happen, your life is destroyed and over. That's the thing. That was my mindset for years. And only until and I will mention them over and over and over again, because if these people were able to save my mindset and get my mental health in the better place that it's in right now, then clearly, if it will help me, it can help everyone. And so forgive me if you already heard this, regulars that are here. But if you just look up Dr. K, Aaron Doty, and Joe Dispenza, just listen to those guys. Thank you, Sasha Campbell. Thank you so much. Knowing how to talk to people is the most important part, because it doesn't matter if you look like Brad Pitt. Because if you're Brad Pitt, but you don't know how to socialize, then it doesn't fucking matter. Because guess what? A guy who doesn't look like a magazine model, but is great at social skills, he's great at just talking to people in general, someone who doesn't expect anything from anybody, and he's just there to chill, have a great time, spread the positive vibes. That guy is the guy who will most likely end up being in a relationship. And you want to know why that is? Excuse me. Because that guy with that mindset, he's not expecting anything. He doesn't need anything because he's under the energy, under the mindset of, I'm good with or without it. You have to learn to let go. Let go of expectations. Letting go does not mean don't put in any effort. Letting go simply means you have to get rid of that feeling that if this one person out of the how many fucking billions of people are here on this planet, when they tell you no, your life isn't over, you're not gonna die, it doesn't mean anything about who you are. All it means is, what does Rocky Balboa say?
You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Well, it doesn't matter how many times you fall down. The only thing that matters is you get back up and you do it all over again. Because you have to be the person who is social. That's what it comes down to. And the reason why I can't do it is because I live in Texas, and especially in the area of Texas I live in, it is very car dependent. So that is why I get irritated or annoyed when people keep telling me you're not putting in any effort. It's because there are situations going on right now in this current moment that are not in my control, and I'm learning to relax myself during these months. Because worrying about it, constantly being in your head to say, oh, I need to have this, and this, like a checklist. By this age or else I'm a failure. No. You gotta stop listening to that insecure macho bullshit, okay? Because the problem is everyone is so tuned in to their phones. Everyone is so tuned in to their opinions being formed by an algorithm, where that algorithm is only showing you the same shit that you've already watched. The same variations on the same shit over and over and over again. Because that's the thing I hate about the YouTube algorithm, is that it will not challenge your beliefs. All it's going to do is keep reinforcing this little pocket of the internet that you happen to be stuck in, and it won't show you anything else unless you dare look up something different, look up a different perspective, look up something else. And guess what? So when you do look at that other thing and then you decide, oh, okay, I disagree with it, don't go to that person or that channel or that person's social media page and try to come up with false evidence that's going to ruin their career. No, you just say, okay, this person's opinion doesn't align with mine, and that is okay. And you tell that person, you know what? We don't agree, but I respect that you can have an opinion that's different from my own, and we can walk away and say, hi, okay, thanks for the chat, have a good day. And the problem I have is there's so many people on the internet that believe that what they see on the internet is the reflection they see in real life. Because when you look at this RP and BP and IC bullshit cult stuff, I never, ever saw that at all when I was at my most social, when I was going out. Because the problem is, if you spend, and I know this is like the pot calling the kettle black here, but if all you do is spend your days only looking at the internet and thinking that's how the people are going to be like when you go outside, you're in for a rude awakening. Because guess what? If you just go out there and let's say, I don't know, you go out in line and you want to get yourself a cup of coffee and you just say, and you look at the sign, it's like, oh, they got this limited edition drink. And say, huh, I don't know if I want to try that. Have you tried that? That can spark up. Someone's like, no, I don't. And they'll say, no, I don't know if I like this. I think I just prefer a regular latte. Oh, me too. I like lattes. But hey, fun fact about me, I can't drink caffeine without having dangerously high blood pressure and explosive diarrhea. Now, I hope you understand that that was a joke. Don't say that during your first impression, because, that's not really a good thing to tell someone right off the cuff meeting someone. But if you meet this person, then you just, it's like, what? It just feels weird that I have to say this shit out loud. Because it feels like this is something that should be common sense. That the real world is not as dangerous as you think it is. This is my message for all the people who are chronically online. Because guess what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I used to think that I was an introvert. Anyways, there's just so many people that it annoys me so much that there are people that are brainwashed, and I truly believe that's the correct term to use here, brainwashed into believing that the way that they see opinions on the internet portrayed in their little algorithms is how people will be in real life. But at the same time, I'm well aware of, there could be people living in dangerous areas or living in dangerous neighborhoods, but okay, so that would be different. But all I can say is all I can do is just speak based off of my own experience, and that's all I can do. But all I can tell you is if you're scared to go out and talk to people, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how positive the reception is. Because all of this shit, and in some ways, this is me giving a message to myself. When I'm feeling bad, I can watch this and say, oh, yeah, that's right. Yep, I was right there. The majority of human beings are not as terrible as your YouTube algorithm is telling you. Being a millennial, and we're the last generation that goes outside and says hi to people. I don't know. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents.